In 3, 2, 1.
Get down. I listen to the music.
We are here to give you the weekly scoop.
Down.
Life and Deatherage.
Life and death.
Life and Deatherage.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Another week, we're back.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Life and Deatherage. Hope you guys have been having a lovely week.
Yep, ours has been alright. So I was sitting around the other day, just minding my own business.
Like people should do.
Yep. Got this little notey on my phone, right?
That's right.
I'll check it out. It's from Twitter. Okay.
He's checking it.
Elon Musk. I got notifications
The
on.
Muskin.
Yeah. Because this guy, he was moving markets,
Moving them.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Anytime he mentioned,
Out there stalking.
I'm sure y'all heard about it. Anytime he mentioned Dogecoin or any fucking stock, it would just shoot up.
Is it
in
pronounced Doge or Dodge?
price. I say Doge. But
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Well, I thought it was pronounced Dodge.
I'm pretty
but
sure it's Doge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
All right. I've heard of it though.
So I need to turn them off anyways because
Yeah.
who gives a fuck. But yeah, anyways, got a notification. I look at it. It's something about CERN. I'm like, okay, being evil or some shit. I'm like, all right. So I bring it up. I go read it, and I swear there was a whole tweet before this, but now
Right.
I can only find a meme.
Like they summed. Oh, so like he had a whole
I swear
thing
there
written
was.
out.
It was small. It wasn't
Hmm.
big or nothing, but I swear it was written out, and it was talking about CERN being evil and shit, bro.
Yeah, they do sound like they're on some weird shit.
Yeah,
For sure.
And so the tweet, and a lot of y'all probably haven't seen it, but the tweet said, basically making fun of the guy that would be in charge of CERN, saying you can trust me to run the Hadron Collider. You can trust me, even though it's a demonic technology. And for those that don't know,
I was just about to say that to you.
Yeah,
So
the-
go ahead and explain that.
the Hadron Collider is like where they're taking like these particles, sending them through this tunnel that's like 20 miles wide. It's a circle, and they come and they clash at each other, and they're trying to figure out. I believe they're trying to figure out how the Big Bang happened and shit like that. They're trying to discover new particles. They did discover the God particle. Sure, y'all heard about it, and it's the particle that.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, holds all matter together. Like
Sounds like some stuff you should not
Yeah,
be messing with,
no,
honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it sounded like if this thing becomes unstable, that's us. It's over with.
And Stephen Hawking even said if we were to find the God particle, it could, it would destroy the universe as we knew it. So, and then you got people like Elon Musk, calling it a demonic technology.
Right.
What's going on? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, something, definitely.
He's the richest man in the world. For him to have that
So he
opinion.
ain't dumb, yeah.
Yeah, he knows. He
Right.
builds rockets, guys. He goes to the
Yeah.
Mars.
Right.
Okay?
And the thing that I liked is when I was watching this little interview with, I wish I could remember, he was a guy who worked for NASA, and then he chose to go work for Elon Musk instead of NASA, and him and Joe Rogan was having a conversation, and he was speaking about that. He's just not a super engineer. Like, he can turn around and speak to the rocket guys, and then turn around and talk to the tech guys, and then turn around and talk to the automotive
handyman
mechanics,
all-rounder.
like so he's just like in general, he's just super smart.
He's like a fucking Elon Musk himself.
Yeah. Oh no, that guy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, is super smart. But I'm saying what he was saying about Elon Musk is that he's just so well rounded. Is that he
Right.
can turn around and just talk to everybody.
Oh, you're saying the guy was saying
Yes,
that
that's
about...
what.
I
That's
thought
what
you were
one
saying
thing
that
he-
guy's
No,
like...
no, that's what that guy was saying is one thing, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, so I get it." I'm
Right,
like,
bro, because how is he able to run 5 fucking companies at
yeah,
once? It's
dude,
pretty
he's,
sick, bro.
He's a beast. Definitely.
He knows what's up,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
and for him to say that, and he's just so... I guess a lot of people would call it eccentric, because
Right.
he's just so... Yeah, and he
Yeah.
he speaks his mind.
Right.
You can respect that at
No,
least.
you can definitely tell when the tables are turning in his head. Like when somebody asks him a question, you can tell when the gears are grinding in his mind, and he's running over every logic in his mind, and he's going over everything. Yeah, no, I can see it in the guy. He's important
right.
for sure.
And I'm no, Musk fanboy. Like,
right.
when it very first, like when he was very first all into the crypto space, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, all right, I'm for. But once he went on Saturday Night Live and crashed the whole market with that, he went on and basically called crypto a joke after he had been pumping up Dogecoin for so many months, bro. He went on Saturday Night Live and basically called it a joke, so it crashed after.
So ain't that so crazy? One man's voice made that. You don't know? Not like that?
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
That's what, I was
about
shaking
to
my
say,
head in disbelief. Like, I
yeah,
can't
right?
believe.
You see what I'm saying?
This
One
man-
man's voice made everything. Let's say
When
it
I
was
say he
going
moved
right,
markets,
it went left.
He moved markets, bro.
Like, that's wild. It goes to show you how much, And that's almost like somebody, like if it ever was, you'd have to have a big speaker come up like that. Somebody to, talk to the people.
And like, for a second you thought, oh, he's for the people. He's for getting us little, us people getting in Doge early, getting us a little money. And you know what? It could be true because he let it run up, bro.
He's super smart, man. So
before he
if
crashed
somebody
it,
like that's evil, like that's bad for us,
No doubt.
Like if like him, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, if all them's just in this big old, super villain group together, we're fucked.
I feel like him and Bezos are a lot different.
Right. Right.
But I just thought it was crazy that you got.
Oh no, Joe's my boy though.
Oh,
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan for president. I keep making this joke.
Joe for president.
Joe for president.
We're not sure. Maybe Jamie for vice, just because technical guy.
So, Jamie, I'm gonna need you to look that up.
Yeah.
Make sure that's solid.
But
no, I just like his style, and he just seems to, keep an open mind, and yeah.
He's getting even bigger and bigger and bigger.
I know.
They're playing his.
What was so funny is that the cancel culture tried to swing up in there and shut him down, and it didn't work. They really did try to swing up in there and be like, he been saying the N-word forever. Here you go.
They're playing little excerpts from him. On the news,
they made that video. Yeah, huh? That's interesting.
So
yeah.
that's a big
real
deal.
Quick, back to that other thing, just to finish it up, they just made the compilation of that video. They made it seem so
out of
much
context
more. Way more worse than what it was. If you go watch his actual conversations when he says the word,
well, he shouldn't have been saying.
At all. It's not okay to say the word. But I'm just saying they made it look super bad the way they mashed it together. But
that's all they could get on him, I guess.
Yeah. Well, because he seems like a pretty solid dude.
Yeah, he is. I think.
But
he spends a lot of time, speaking his mind, so you really get to kind of know the guy. So,
but with that metaverse stuff going on, and then that Neuralink stuff going on, the future is looking like a wild place. And then I can't help. I know it's super rain today, which I'm, just out to everybody out there who's in the 405. So glad it rained. But I seen. On that weather map, all the way up California and all the way up into it's all on fire still. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like a lot of up into
yeah, well, I was on the news
side
app.
of Canada and Alaska forest and stuff.
I was on the news app scrolling through the stories and shit, and a bunch of stories about fires and storms.
Oh, so people are talking about it. I guess I ain't
no,
looking in the right place.
It's on the news weather app. If you go to the news weather app, they have shorts, and it'll show you a bunch. There's like floodings, and I'm like, man, if Wade'd seen this, he'd be like, end of the world. But I'm telling you, this shit happens all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like, year round. And we are just, probably for one, because it's such a common thing to happen, they don't broadcast it. We're not hearing about it. But, dude, some of these videos I was watching, and I'm pretty sure these were up to date, but there was like this huge old flood, I think, in Texas, bro, where it was damn near car deep. And I haven't seen it, but also I ain't watched news or nothing, but, honestly, it probably was on the news.
Right, right. Yeah, but especially local
but
or
you know,
something.
like, me scrolling through this, dude, there were at least 15 stories where I'm like, holy fuck. You know, like, damn, bro.
Right, that's one reason why I don't like watching the local news. I just feel like it's sad story after sad story after. But that's what it's mainly there for, just to keep you updated, I suppose. But it's like, are you updating me with everything that's sad? But I guess they do try to find their medium and find some happy things to. But the main thing is just the fake news.
I like independent news sources.
Right. Like Vice is legit. I like Vice News.
Speaking of news, bro, I should let you watch that video before we spoke about it, and it's not even something we'll touch down on long, but this alligator biting that man's head, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So this alligator bites this man's head, takes him underwater, and if you know, alligators do like the death spin.
Right, the death roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Start spin on that motherfucker's head. Dude, well, they do a video interview.
Just imagine being underwater with the gators.
Yeah.
Your head in a gator's jaw. And I mean, imagine you would just see what. It'd be like he was in a dryer with water.
You got to flip with them.
Going 60 miles faster than a dryer would. You know,
because they're animals. They know what's up.
I can't believe. I think it's more like he didn't escape, like the alligator let him go.
No, I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just taught him a lesson. Just taught the dude. It was like kind of grabbed him, spun him, and then let him go. Like, get out of here, sucker.
In the interview after, he looks like the Invisible Man.
You know, the way he's wrapped.
I'm like, dude, I feel so bad.
Did you say he did lose an eye?
Oh, I'm not. I was gonna say he probably poked the alligator's eye. That's the first thing
to get away. It said it ain't a shark. You can't punch him in the nose.
But it just, I wanted to bring it up because it reminded me also of the lightning strikes. There was that older couple in Washington hanging out by a tree.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That was ridiculous.
I know the lightning strikes that tree. Takes them both
under
out.
A tree.
No, they literally say that's the worst place to be, bro.
Yeah, you'd think because it's wood, maybe that, but it's extended off the ground too.
Don't go under a tree. Yeah, really find shelter.
Right.
That's the idea. But yeah, you gotta watch out for them natural disasters. That's for sure.
I think it was a gator, dude.
A storm, dude, lightning. Yeah, that's a disaster.
Oh yeah. Or natural selection.
Yeah, I mean, don't be in the lake with a gator. That's what right. Don't try to wrestle a gator.
I'm gonna go jump on that gator.
But I was sitting around and I was wondering the other day because there's tensions with China or whatever. So I was looking up, what U.S. versus China shit, and there's this website that will tell you like exactly how many tanks we have, how many tanks China has. They'll tell you how many helicopters, how many fucking ships.
That is weird.
Fighter pilots. They'll tell you.
See, I just wouldn't be believing the numbers.
Yeah, they'll tell you troops. China has times 3 more troops.
Yeah, because I would imagine they had to start telling you how many babies.
And then what I was looking up, bro. So they had what it was a 2 baby limit. Or no. Back in the 90s, they made it a 1 baby. You could only have 1 baby, right? Unless it was a girl, then you could have a boy. But now they changed it in like the early 2010s or something. I think because they were preparing for this, bro. They changed it to where you could have 2 kids. Because they got
trying to soldier up.
Yeah, they got a population problem already. What do they need people to be having more kids for?
Right. See, and the thing, and I don't exactly know. I swear I was curious about this information before and looked it up. What do they do with the people who decide to break the law and have that other kid? And what do they do with that other kid? I was wondering, do they kill that extra born? Like they're like, oh, you had a 3rd kid. What do they do with that kid that they just had?
I'm not sure
obviously
about
you
that.
broke the law. Do they take your kid and give it to
I know
woman who can't have a
a lot
baby
of-
and then put you in prison.
a lot of
or,
rich people will go adopt from China
right,
and
but
shit.
yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so I often wonder what they do in moments of, and if it's inhumane, then that's not cool.
Oh
of
yeah,
you,
well they
you
do a
know?
lot of inhumane shit. Like
Right.
there is this thing.
Well, I couldn't imagine that story about. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, bro.
Well, there's this thing I was watching about. They was working so hard at this place that they started to jump out of the building and kill themselves. That they had to build.
They were jumping out the building and killing
Swear to
themselves
God,
because
bro.
they were
If
forcing them
you
to
can
work
look
too
up
hard.
pictures of it, they had to build suicide nets around the building. So if
What?
they jumped out, these nets would catch these people from
People.
trying to kill themselves.
Oh my gosh, it was that bad. They'd rather die than to keep doing that work.
And you know, it could be.
See, I was just about to spit that North Korea stuff. You remember me telling you about how he was, there was that kid who, oh, what's that dang show called again? On
Squid
Netflix.
Games.
Yes, that kid who got that bootleg
Right,
Squid
right.
Games and showed it to, and I think he got, in a shooting, where they blindfold you and,
Execution.
yeah, but you know, a shooting squad where they put you up against the wall.
That's it?
Firing squad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, against the firing squad. And they fire squatted that guy, and I think they put the other two in prison for like 5 years for just watching.
It's expanding your mind, you know?
You know, ain't that crazy? So I was like, how are we, I mean, as like everybody, you know, as a whole, how are we sitting around letting North Korea get away? You know, should have handled that
And
so long.
Well, the idea is that now they have nuclear power, so
Oh,
we cannot,
right.
we can't fuck with North Korea. They got nuclear power.
Push
And
that
the
way.
other,
Should have had Dennis Rodman trained up.
yeah.
You know, he all of
Yeah.
a sudden
Well, now-
turns into James Bond.
Bro, he's talking about going to Russia to help get out. Fucking what's her name?
that girl.
Yeah.
Brittany Brittany Green. Oh, I don't know.
Griner.
Yeah.
But like
I
China,
like Joe Rogan's take on that subject too.
China had to. They realized that they were way behind. And
Oh yeah, back.
And like, so they realized, you know, we can't just be over here being communists and shit. So they're like, you know what? Let's be capitalists. So they're a perfect mix of communism mixed with capitalism. So they'll let select few citizens get super rich, and they'll control them motherfuckers. And that's how they work it.
Ridiculous.
But they knew they had to do that in order to be a world power.
Right.
And now, you know, with all the, you know, and the back to the website or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was
forget-
like. I'm just, you know, think about all the fake news and all
Yeah.
this stuff. I just
And
can't
you know-
see how they're.
I wish I remember the website name, but you could look if you looked up military strengths or whatever, you'd be able to find it. I feel like
And
it's
see,
an
why
unbiased
would-
site.
And why would? And my thing is why would China want us to know, or vice versa? Why would we be like, yeah, you know, I
That's
got
what I'm
20
saying.
tanks.
That's my
you
point,
know,
bro,
To
like-
your whatever, like
Even
that don't-
amount of soldiers.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. I was saying to you, and I don't think we would ever go back to really just like old school Vietnam type. You know, we're in the jungle fighting each other. I think it's going to be all drones and electronic missiles. You know,
Well,
and
yeah, anybody trying to make like a land, they know there's going to be too many dead. That's why we bombed Japan, you know, because we knew if we made a land, try to hit them from land, there would be
right,
way more deaths on our side and their side, like compared to dropping the nukes. So,
right, yeah.
well,
That's one
that's
thing
their
everybody
take,
should
but-
just stay away from all the way. You know, is
nuclear
pushing the button.
arms. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but no, this whole, I take it, you know, from the things that I do see that I do think, you know, I take everything, you know, YouTube with a grain of salt when we see it, whether it's online or the media or whatever, right? But the way I'm taking it is even all them people you know, don't even want a war. Nobody wants to go to war. Everybody's on a chill moment right now, you know? Like, I heard a lot of them was protesting in Russia.
No, a
who
lot, but
didn't
dude,
like the war.
I
you
was
know?
reading on Reddit, and this guy is talking about his mom, and he's in Russia right now, and he's like, his mom's completely just hypnotized by the propaganda going on in Russia. She's totally on, you know, go to war. So there's people there, bro,
Whoa.
that they want war there. There
Wow.
are people. And if you think about
I
it,
love the Ukraine story though of how they were changing the street signs and making.
they've really held their game.
Yes, they've really held their own over there,
Yeah,
haven't they?
it's
And
inspirational.
having the Molotovs and getting them, and then they were changing the street signs, and I guess the tanks were falling through the road.
Oh, I seen
and
that.
They were and then they were stealing their tanks.
I bet
because-
we're helping more than we let on, too.
right.
I
I'm
believe that.
sure of it. I'm sure of it.
We're already sending them weapons. We're open
Right.
about that.
And if we're as free as they say they are, then I'm sure anybody who really, really wants to can just get up and go right over there and start fighting.
Yeah, I've seen a few people from here.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of martial arts type people. I think those boxers, those Russian boxers were going to go fight, and a bunch of different stuff like that.
I've seen like this guy from Colorado was a veteran from here, a veteran of the U.S. Army was going over there to fight, bro.
Damn.
He made the news for it and shit. I don't know how true that was.
Right.
But no, yeah, there's people like that are really...
Well, hats off to you guys.
And, I do think they should. Look at the size of Russia.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, but that stuff was like a movie whenever and like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but they hit up the president, was like, do you need a ride? And he was like, no, I need more guns and ammo.
Who said what?
Oh,
no, that was real.
Yeah, when he was like, no ride, need more guns and ammo.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a gangster.
And he was an actor before.
Yeah, no, which makes it 10 times cooler because he's like, I'm definitely in, this is action life, not action movie.
In the show he played, he was an actor that became president.
Oh, yeah, no, I read, yes.
And then he did it in real life.
Fun fact, yeah, I said, everybody loved me as the president on the show. You'd love me as your president in real life.
It's funny.
Oh, that's good.
But I believe we talked about last week, what's his name?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? He's not being
Which guy? Talk to me now.
Richard Glossop, that was his name.
Okay, yeah,
he's the guy that got the stay of execution, so he has 3 more months to work on his case.
So did he double get a last? I hope he got a last meal. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I don't know what he did.
No,
Maybe he shouldn't deserve a last meal.
He didn't. This is the guy that might be innocent. I'm talking about. This is the guy we talked about last week.
Oh,
this week,
that's...
we're going to talk about the first execution in Oklahoma, which
Right.
I think we both can agree is fucked up. I think we're on that tide.
Right.
I am.
Right.
I don't know about you.
Well, I don't know exactly what he all did. So
Well,
I'd have to go read his story
If
on
I
who he is
say
and what
I know
he
what
did.
he did and shit, but if I say that first, it's gonna sound bad. I'll end with it. But he was executed. He got recommended by the parole board to not.
So he's gone.
Yeah, he is officially
Already.
not here.
Okay.
He's not here with us. His
Okay,
name was
just a touchdown.
James
And
Connie.
what day was that on? Just a
fuck.
touchdown? Oh, a couple weeks ago or something.
No, it was like not even a week ago.
Oh, okay, all right.
Or a week ago.
All
or something.
right, so now we know. Now we're settled in. All right.
His name was James Connington.
Right.
He got recommended by the parole board for clemency, which would be life with parole.
Oh, okay.
So they said 2 to 3, 3 for him, 2 for no. And then it went to Governor Stitt, and it was up to, I guess, one man. It's on one man to decide.
Wow. So if it reaches a tie, then it goes to one man's
He
decision.
goes to the governor, and the governor says whether or not this man gets executed or not. And with Richard Glossop, it was a worldwide sensation, and he might be innocent, so he did a stay for him, right? This guy, he said no.
And this guy definitely wasn't innocent.
Oh,
at all.
no.
He's already been.
This guy is guilty
Right.
of murder.
Well, then that
too.
goes to show you that the dude kind of has a heart. He did a stay for that guy so he could figure out his case or whatever.
It's almost
and
like
then-
pardon the guy, though. Fuck. But
Yeah, right. Well, or figure out
especially
if he's
you read the
innocent.
trial and all that shit,
Does
bro.
he sound
it's-
pretty damn
It's
innocent
fucked
or
up.
what?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They did him dirty. But his last words, James Coddington, he says, to all my family and friends, lawyers, everyone who's been around me and loved me, thank you. And then he said, Governor Stitt, I don't blame you and I forgive you.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
What
he
a man.
lifts his head up and throws the thumbs up.
What a beast, though.
And then they inject him, and that's it.
Well, what a beast.
Way
to go out, though. Way to go out, I guess.
Because I don't know how much that would weigh on my mind, given that, like...
As the mayor,
the parole board's done giving him clemency. There's already 3 people that think this man should be...
I'm sure that's not something crossed his mind whenever he was becoming mayor. Was like, I'm going to have to, decide whether a man lives or dies.
Yeah. And it rests on my shoulders.
So now, which might weigh heavy on him, whether or not the man deserved it or not. You took, you was the final decision making on taking a man's life.
It's his stance, too, on whether he's for or against the death penalty.
Right. Which obviously he's probably more for it.
But for him in order for him to get clemency from the parole board, he would have to show that he's really turned his life around
as an individual.
So, he must have done that. You know what I'm saying? Well, they said it. The things they say, his lawyer, the things she said about him, and I guess she's all crying while it's going on. And from what I read, bro, and this is what really changed my opinion on this. It costs more to execute a man than to keep him in prison for life.
You're joking.
That's what I read.
Wow. I would like to actually read that myself or go do some homework on it and find out real statistics on that.
I should have did that, huh?
Because that's...
No, but
don't make no sense to me.
We might just talk about that again next week because
we might have to touch down on that.
Who doesn't know, we have 4 executions scheduled for the next 2 years. I believe it's 4 more.
I think you're right on that.
So up till 2024,
right?
We're
because we're housing a man, we're feeding a man. Do you see what I'm saying? And you're just like a one-time injection or what? Well,
I imagine.
I thought they could pick from an injection or a firing squad.
Well, I think that's still considered inhumane, the firing squad. But the drugs, I think, is what costs so much because it only costs like 30-something cents or 50. So it's cheap to house an inmate a day. There's and they can do
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
I didn't know that.
And there's also work. Inmates do, and they get paid fucking 7 cents an hour type shit.
Well, then they need to find a cheaper damn thing to kill them off with.
We might dig a little deeper on that. But,
so what it is the humane medicine they're using to knock them off is really expensive, I'm supposing.
Yeah, that's my guess. And I can't see why else it would be more expensive to...
Right, because I know a couple of times that they did the medicine and, it went bad, the reaction for some people, and I think that's why they were, trying to figure out different stuff.
But, that's where some people get savage, and they're like, oh, well, that medicine costs a lot. Well, you hang that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Some people are just for the death penalty.
Right.
And I think it depends. Special circumstances, some people may need to be put down.
Right.
But if you've lived on death row for 20 years and showed exemplary, service and been just a great inmate and changed your life around and have influenced other people maybe to do the same, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think take it case by case basis.
Like Tukey Williams, for example. He went to writing children's books and doing all that, and they still put him down.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, because I think that was all going on when I was a kid. Snoop Dogg and, I think so, right? Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre or something showed up to the court for him.
I think so, yeah.
But we were little, so...
It's a touchy subject, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're involved with the crime.
I'm sure. And you're the family, or
but a lot of the family will even be like, "Well, I don't agree."
Right. Right.
But, yep, he was charged with murder. So back in the 90s, so he's been in prison.
So that was what you? Okay, so that's what he did.
Yeah.
He killed somebody.
He killed somebody with a hammer. It was pretty
man,
violent.
so it was violent too.
But it was drug induced.
And was it another man also?
Yeah,
do you know?
It was an old man. He was like 67 or something.
Dang.
He tried to get money from him for drugs, and the guy wouldn't give it to him. I think it was his boss, maybe even. And
man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Man. Well.
So it's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, I guess the upside to look at the cup, half full, is he got to sit around on death row for how many every years
Right.
before it happened.
No,
So
that's for sure.
at least he got to.
He took it
sit
like a
around.
man going out.
Yeah,
too.
you
It's
know.
just sad to hear. I think.
Right.
In a way, it's sad. The first.
But if we can get something out, the way I look at it is, I'm about either or. If they need to be put down, then so be it.
Yeah.
Like,
case by case, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then another way of looking at it, like I try to keep an open mind and try to look at most things, on the sunshine of side of things, or the glass half full instead of half empty, but if it's, case by case and some people need to be put down, and then you look at it on the other side, like if it's cheaper to not put them down and
Right.
you get something from them, like they can be, making chairs, or I don't know,
Whatever.
making our license plates.
Right.
Like I don't know what they do in there anymore.
I'm
You
not
know what
sure
I mean?
either.
I'm just throwing out crazy stuff, right? But if they can be some type of benefit to this world still,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna cost, then so what? Then let them work their life off.
Yeah, work it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, until you. But then again, when somebody rapes 16 women and
Yeah,
kills
put
them
that
all,
man down.
like I don't know, like that's the one.
Or
where
like
it's-
the shooters, put them down.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, is it like better to let them sit and they're still living, So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said,
In
it's
some
a touchy
ways,
subject.
that's worse too.
Yeah,
you know?
to be living with what you did.
Yeah, on death row or wherever.
Right.
Or on
Never
secluded.
knowing when your day is.
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah, definitely let us guys know what you think in the
Yeah.
comments,
Yeah.
and make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
yeah. On a lighter note, though,
Yeah.
we just watched Tom Hardy
That's right. Put them hands on.
submit a motherfucker out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's-
Armbarred him up.
I didn't believe it, bro. I guess he's a blue belt is what he is. Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said purple.
No, I think it's blue, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though, cause I heard he's a little guy, like in real life, like he ain't very tall, but he obviously looks like a mean motherfucker.
Yeah. And the fact that he plays the action star and then he's out here submitting motherfuckers in a jiu-jitsu tournament.
That's great.
I'm
I
like,
love
okay.
that. I love that for him.
Yeah, he hit him with the arm bar.
Yeah, he definitely did. No, it looked great out there. He looked like I was like, look at his serious face.
Yeah. And it made me want to look up. I'm like, dude, so how much of a badass is Joe Rogan, So I looked up. This
That
motherfucker,
spinning kick
but he's got 2 black belts in 2 different...
and when he was young, he won like full contact karate for 3 years in a row or something.
I
crazy
seen that
like
kick
that.
he did where he does the
Yeah,
spinning
knocks-
back kick and
oh.
knocks that dude.
Oh yeah,
just walks away like a
Oh.
badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, no, he gets down through there.
So yeah, I was just like,
But like, for example, like whenever you ever seen Steven Seagal bust out in a tournament, you know what I mean? Like he's always just showing some stuff.
he's a joke.
Yeah, I just feel like he's just always like, it's always like planned, or he paid somebody off or something, I don't know. Just like, I'm not trying to say he can't get down, but you just never, you got that foolproof, I guess,
No, not like that,
Yeah.
He wasn't. He did do that show, but that show was fake, I think, too,
Right.
where he's like a cop or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
And
but-
I didn't really actually.
But there's been a couple little sparring things, like video. Like you can go look up on YouTube and find some sparring videos of him and stuff. But
I haven't even. Wait, is it any good? Is he any good or?
he like tosses him around and like acts like he's gonna hit him in the throat, and, like stuff like that. But no, I'm thinking if somebody would really go at him,
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I think they'd overwhelm him with all that. But if he got that quick hit to the throat and did all that stuff, like, then, I mean, like, because it's true, it don't matter who you are. If you're, like, UFC fighters ain't allowed to one-punch kill you. You know what I'm saying? They're not allowed to do all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they can't punch in the back of the head. They can't punch you in the throat. They can't use all them pressure points that people can use.
Holy
you know?
shit, bro.
And
Steven
stuff.
Seagal is a 7th degree black belt in
Oh, yeah.
Aikido. He is
Mhm.
also a black belt in karate, judo, and kendo.
See, that's all the
Huh.
technical things, but yeah, look up. No, I mean, do your research though look up what people have
Well,
to
I
say
didn't know
about
that. I
him
thought
and
he
stuff.
was a joke, bro.
Like one dude who no,
I
I'm
take
trying
back.
to tell you.
I take
yeah.
back my laughter
Right.
button earlier.
Right. No, I'm trying to say is he's really supposedly can get down through there. But I'll tell you one guy who's not a joke is Michael J. White.
Oh, we just watched that thing.
That guy does not mess around.
He really doesn't.
Yeah, he's the real ordeal.
Mm.
Like he'll mess a guy up.
Did you see that video with him and
And
Kimbo? And he's like, hit my hand. With him and Kimbo
Yeah.
Slice. And he's like moving fast. And he's like, he dodges all of them. He's like, all right, now this third one. He's like, really, don't hit it. He's like, don't hit it. And then he just barely, slowly moves his hand. Fuck Kimbo.
Yeah.
Or Mike
He
White.
misses it.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, and then he practically
Smart
letting you
guy.
know it's in his head.
He's
yeah.
like, and it's like, you don't always have to hit fast. Sometimes maybe you just want to do a slow strike to hit your target. That was my take.
Definitely
kind of
learned some stuff from him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should look up for his fucking belt.
That guy, and for you guys who don't know, he's if you've seen Spawn back in the day,
Or
you
what's
know,
that? What he had that whole trilogy of movies. What was that called?
Oh, Blood to the Bone.
Blood to the Bone.
Yeah, it was a really, really good one with him and Kimbo Slice. So yeah, because we ain't hit you guys with the movie of a week.
Well,
so.
we do.
Oh, you did want to touch down on that one.
We could.
Yeah, okay. I was just about to shoot out Blood of the Bone and send them off to watch that. Because that's a really good one, though. Yeah,
Damn.
guys, check out Blood to Bone, for real. But it's not
Michael
the movie
J.
of the
White
week.
has black belts in 7 styles.
Yeah,
So,
no, he's not
He's a
somebody
badass,
mess
bro.
with-
That's about Steven Seagal level too. Well,
In a world where Wade didn't watch the movie of the week, but has seen it.
before.
I like
Okay.
I got something else.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
There it is.
Didn't get the chance to watch it, but definitely was wanted to bring this movie up. No, it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
We
It's
just-
a little violent.
We need to say that right now, guys.
Now.
Not
Bah, bah,
for the faint of heart. Okay.
brah, brah.
The movie of the week is called Green Room. I repeat,
Green Room.
Green Room.
Jinx Omega.
Ah!
It was pretty good. I think I'm
Fire.
gonna give this one. It's a pretty like you could. They probably didn't throw $7 million at
Fuck
it.
no! This
You
is
know what I
another
mean?
little indie, small
Yeah,
budget
it's
movie
a
we're
little
bringing
small
you guys.
budget side movie. I definitely probably wouldn't call it a B movie though.
No,
because
no.
it had what's his face?
Yeah, Sean. It's a weird name, bro.
No, the guy who plays Xavier from X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
Professor X.
Right.
From X-Men.
I was just saying his name like 20 times.
I know,
earlier.
you was,
I
too.
fucking forgot it.
No, it really touches down. It gives you that like real gritty feel. It's you might call it a slow burn, but it definitely jumps at you. And it has its thriller twists. If you're into in your face,
It's edgy. It's got a
Dog
punk
biting.
rock feel to it.
right.
We could give you a quick synopsis. I mean, the
right.
punk rock band is on tour, going kind of just trying
It's
to make
more
their
like a
way.
Metal.
It's
thing.
like
Is it punk rock?
it's punk as fuck
It's
for
almost
sure.
like that, right? Like that, like thrasher soccer.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. I don't really like the music they're playing, but that's
Yeah.
not what the movie's about.
Right.
The music's not even a problem, but they're just trying to make it going on tour across their small little town or whatever, and end up at this
like a club.
on tour at this club that they probably shouldn't have been at.
Might even have been a strip club, probably not. But yeah, just this little rundown club.
And really, dude, you just gotta watch it. That's really all we should give you.
Yeah, it is. A bunch of people get all stuck in it, and these skinheads are trying to keep them trapped in there, and it gets
Green
violent.
Room, called the Green Room.
Called the Green Room.
Yep.
Let us know what you think about it if you watch it.
I'm gonna
let us know, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it probably a good old 4.2, bro. And I want to take back
He said
my last review, Dave and Amaze. Because I'm realizing, I can't rate Dave and Amaze that, and then this movie's so much better. But just forego my Dave and Amaze review. Or my rating. It was still a good movie, but this one definitely deserves this 4.2 I'm giving it. And that's me being a little harsh on it. What do you got?
Good. Definitely, and I'll throw this out there. Definitely, I feel like it depends on the category of the movie and what you're more about.
If it's comedy, how funny was it?
Right. If you're an action guy compared to if you're a comedy guy or a scary movie guy, you're probably going to rate that action movie higher than you would the comedy movie or something.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Because I love horror movies.
Yeah.
And this one was super good. I mean, it's like a horror thriller.
Right. So definitely depends on what category you're kind of more into. I'm going to give this one a pretty decent high rating too, because we're going to do the 1 out of 5. You gave a 4 what, 2?
4.2.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Really? I'm going to do the same, really. Probably a 4.3. Yeah, it's real good.
Okay.
Yeah. It really touched down. It had it jumped out at me at a couple of times,
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Let us know if y'all have seen any of these movies or if you've watched them.
Or maybe just throw us a side ball and maybe we'll watch one of your movies.
Oh, if you got a nice movie to recommend, especially a good, underrated, unheard of movie, because that's what we're searching for.
Right.
I feel like we've been doing pretty well so far.
Right. I didn't want to go Dusk Till Dawn. Obviously, if you ain't seen that, watch that.
Or Avengers.
Right. Or but I do, obviously Dusk Till Dawn, Scarface, stuff like that. The Warriors. You should check all them. Those are all classics and that are way up.
Warriors
on the list.
is kind of an unheard of.
Right. The Warriors.
But Scarface, I'm sure a lot of people.
Pulp Fiction. I'm trying to think of some real main ones that are just up there like that,
Just real ones everybody's seen, or
Well, that's what I feel like. If you ain't seen those ones,
right.
Everybody in our life has seen them. You know what I mean? But other people might not have. You know what I mean? But definitely, So check it out.
Yeah, check it out, boy. That's right.
Yeah. So,
well, we're coming to close to the end. The conclusion of this week.
This week's episode.
So,
thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep. And I guess we'll see y'all next week.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget.
Subscribe and share. Subscribe, share.